Okay, Shalom Akim, all praises, honor, glory goes to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders, a great millstone, and peace and blessings to you fellow Akim out there pushing out this word in truth and in sincerity. Okay, it's your brother Kanak. And so what I have on the screen is the New York Times magazine. They did a piece and it's entitled "The Insect Apocalypse is Here." So I decided, to put a couple of scriptures together. Some scriptures came to my mind, and to pretty much do a response to this article. It's a pretty lengthy read. If you want to read it, you can go ahead and just type in the title, and you'll find out. You'll be able to go to the website. It's readily available. And basically, the title again, it says "The Insect Apocalypse is Here. What does it mean for the rest of life on Earth?" And I felt it kind of ironic that the word apocalypse or end times continues to, be pressed out, whether it be in the mainstream media, whether it be in alternative news, or whether it be people, so-called coffee room talk, elevator talk. Is because we're coming into an unprecedented time where the Heavenly Father is coming to judge the earth, and also the people who actually destroyed the earth. Because we have to understand that there's rulership set up, okay? And right now, as we know, okay, the ones that are in rule and that make the policies that have the power, okay, to change life, the government, okay, which the word government means to control your mind, to control your ways. All right, we have a man or a group of people, okay, the so-called white man, the white race, which are known as the biblical Edomites in the Bible. They have created a system which destroys the earth. Instead of bringing life unto the earth, they destroy the earth. And this is just pretty much the consequences to the hateful acts that the so-called white man has been doing to the people of the nation of Israel, which are you Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, and also the other nations and the earth itself. Okay, he has oppressed all forms of life on the planet Earth, to where you have large populations of insects dying. And as I read this article, as I was going through it, like I said, it's a pretty lengthy read. As I was going through it, it started to, it really started to come to light. When I remember as a younger kid seeing a lot more insects, and in this article they have something called the windshield syndrome, which basically when you used to drive a car, you used to have all type of insects hit your windshield and be all over your car, and you have to get your car washed. But now you don't see that. Why? Is because the insects are being destroyed, and the so-called white man doesn't see them as a viable asset to the planet Earth. Which you have a lot of these Edomite scientists, they're freaking out, they're bugging out. Okay, and that's basically what this article is going into, is that they're bugging out because everybody knows that there's going to be an apocalypse, or there's going to be an end time judgment. Okay, so here's the article here, and I'm not going to go through the article. It's really long, but I'm just want to read this little part, and then I have another article that goes into it, and then I just want to go into some scriptures and give you, a spiritual point of view of the things that are happening in this planet Earth. Because if you were just a regular person or didn't have a spiritual outlook on these things, you would be scared. You would be frightened. You will be frightened that there will be no more earth. There will be nothing to pass down to your children. Everything will die off, and that's the road that the earth is currently going in under the wicked rulership. But before that, I want to get another scripture which we bring out all the time, just to highlight who's in charge of these different things. Okay, this is Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? So this is a question that's being asked. Okay, a statement and a question being asked. Basically, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, and only a wicked person would go around and destroy, okay, all manner of life forms, including the insects. There's insects that are not even, you can't even see with the naked eye. They're being totally wiped out, and they actually have a role in the ecosystem. Okay, they have a role. Every entity on the planet Earth has a role, which the so-called white man, he has a role also, which is to do what? To be the wicked. But the good thing about it is that he's going to get taken out of power. See, the earth is going to abide forever. Let me bring that scripture out. Yes. Give me a second. And let me find that scripture. Yeah, let's see. Ecclesiastes 1 and 4. One generation passeth away, and another generation cometh, but the earth abideth forever. See, the Most High, He's created the earth to last forever. This is how great the earth is. But just as a well-oiled machine is only as good as its parts are moving, okay? If you destroy parts in the ecosystem, there's a ripple effect. And that's why you have massive animals dying off, which that causes more of a ripple effect that's naked to the eye. But now these things are starting to come to pass, or the consequences to, you know, this diabolical rule is starting to show forth in the form of global warming, in the form of crops not being able to grow to the strength, in the form of animals going wild because there's a rift in the ecosystem, okay, or just massive amount of animals dying, okay, which that's going to play a part in the upkeep of the earth, because every animal has a part in helping the earth continue in that forever, or that eternal state. Okay, so let me go to this article. So when you, Reese, which is the main guy in the article, it says, Reese had not been able to stop thinking about the missing bugs. And you can read more up in the story. I'm just going to go to the point. The more he learned, the more his nostalgia gave way to worry. Insects are the vital pollinators and recyclers of ecosystems and the base of food webs everywhere. See, it's the base. So they insects, not just bees, okay, are valuable pollinators, which need to pollinate the different plants, okay? The plants that give us oxygen, the plants that give us food, the plants that give us medicine, the plants that give different animals food, the plants that give different animals medicine, okay, that nurture the soil. All right, they have many different ways they react into the system, into the ecosystem. Okay, recyclers. Okay, so if you say you in your house and your garbage disposal doesn't work, or you have a place where you put trash and it doesn't get recycled, what's going to happen? It's going to be a pile up. And then what is that going to breed? Disease, stagnation, okay, viruses. Okay, Reese was not alone in noticing their decline. In the United States, scientists recently found the population of monarch butterflies fell by 90% in the last 20 years. So here it is, the so-called white man, he came into power. Okay, he hasn't even been in power 500 years. Okay, and look what he has done within the last, let's say, 50 years. Okay, because this is really when all these things start coming to pass. Was in the last, I'll say the turn of the century, where so-called production increase. Okay, you have different pioneers and what's it called? Agriculture. Okay. I forget the guy's name that ushered in the Green Revolution, which pretty much created different agricultural, okay, ways of farming, okay, with and scientific research as far as GMOs, and that has destroyed a lot. That has destroyed a lot of things, okay, from people's bodies, from animals, okay. So 90% of the monarch butterflies dropped in the last 20 years, a loss of 900 million individuals. So this is an act of genocide on the planet Earth by who? The so-called white man. And how does he do these things? He does these things through his policy. He does these things through greed. Okay, and he does these things because he does not care about the earth. He'll destroy things, and this is exactly what he's doing. He's destroying things by creating chemicals, okay, pesticides and herbicides, which all these things, pesticides, herbicides, the word "side" at the end, okay, it's a compound forming word, which means to slay or to kill. So he doesn't, have so-called natural, a deterrent to actually, not kill the insect, but he kills the insect. So they're not reproducing. So over a point in time, the numbers are going to drop. Okay. It says a loss of 900 million individuals, the rusty patch bumblebee, which I remember as a kid actually seeing bumblebees. And that was still far few in between. All right. But they were more of an occurrence. I remember this. Now, if you see a bumblebee, you're amazed, which once lived in 28 states. So this bumblebee lived in all these different states, dropped by 87% over the same period with other less studied insect species. See, so these are just two insects that were heavily studied. What about insects that are less studied or have not even been studied? What if there's insects that the whole population have been wiped out? Okay. With other less studied insect species, one butterfly researcher told me, all we can do is wave our arms and say, it's not here anymore. And this is because you have a wicked ruler. Okay, let me bring out this scripture. This is Proverbs 12 and 10. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. So if you actually have dominion over the planet Earth, you have a responsibility to make sure that the earth is governed in a particular way, which the outline on how to govern the planet Earth is in the Bible, which the so-called white man, he takes the Bible and he pushes it off to the side and he creates his own wicked laws, okay? To where he can pollute the earth, he can chop down trees, destabilize populations of animals, okay? A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. So right then and there, it shows you that the so-called white man is not righteous, okay? But the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. See, he'll set up different, we gotta set up these different programs to save animals. You got PETA, you got these different national parks. All right, that's wicked. Okay, his mercy, okay, is cruel because what is he still doing? He's still destroying animals. He's still cutting off their habitat. So on all sides, the so-called white man is wicked. Okay, and if he was not wicked, okay, would we have an insect? Would we have an insect apocalypse here? Okay, why? Is because everything is dying. The whole earth is dying. Okay. So these researchers, they don't even know what the hell to do. They just put their hands up in the air and say, hey, look, it's not here anymore. Still, the most disquieting thing wasn't the disappearance of certain species of insects. It was the deeper worry shared by Reese and many others that a whole insect world might be quietly going missing. Okay. A loss of abundance that could alter the planet in unknowable ways. We notice the losses, said David Wagner, an entomologist, which an entomologist is a study of insects. It's under the study of zoology. At the University of Connecticut, it is a diminishment that we don't see. See, you don't see these things because they're very subtle, and you have your daily life that you have to go and be a part of. Okay, and then furthermore, people have a negative connotation of insects. The first thing when they look at an insect is to kill them. That's the spirit of Esau, and look what it's doing to the planet Earth. That's why glacier ice caps are melting. That's why there's more earthquakes. That's why people are all messed up in the head. All right, the so-called white man, he cuts down all the forests, which destroys what? Animals, destroys insects, destroys different species of plants. So everything is under attack, okay, and under the rulership of the so-called white man. Everything, all right, from the people to the air. Okay, this man, he sprays chemtrails in the air, okay, that actually kill you. Okay, the very food that you get, the very food that you eat, the majority of the food that you eat is processed, which he has scientists, okay, that create, okay, these different tastes, these artificial tastes to trick your taste buds, to keep you coming back for more and more. So we're dealing with a very diabolical and evil man, okay, and it starts with the elite of the society, okay. Let me go into this article. Okay, and I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay. Yeah, this is the article here. It says hyper alarming study reveals dramatic decline of insect population in rainforest. So pretty much, and this is October 18th. This was Tuesday, the 16th, October 2018. I'm sorry. So these things are recent. So all these studies are coming up, which these studies get passed over by Kim Kardashian, a fake ass, or who's going to win a Super Bowl. People are not worried about the environment. Okay, they're too busy supercommuting. They're too busy on coke, on crystal meth. So everything in the world is declining. Okay. Now I'll bring out a couple more scriptures, but let me read some of this article here. This is this is the article on the independent.co.uk. And like I said, you can just type in some of these keywords and these articles will pop up, or you could just type in the decreasing population of insects, and there's going to be tons of articles that are going to pop up from years ago until recent. Okay, because this is an ongoing occurrence that's happening. Okay, insects around the world are in a crisis. So we have an insect crisis amongst other crises. Okay, why? Let me bring out a scripture. This place is totally finished, man. This place is totally finished. All right, there's nothing for this place but destruction. Okay. Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And being in a constant state of crisis, okay, that's the people mourning. Not only the people are mourning, but the actual life force itself is mourning, okay? Because the whole earth has a spirit. The spirit of the earth is mourning, okay? The scriptures say that the haughty people of the earth do languish. Let me bring that out real quick. It all coincides with each other. Isaiah 24:4, the earth mourneth and fadeth away. See, so the earth is in total mourning from the dirt, okay, the insects. You have a depopulation of earthworms, which actually earthworms, they decompose plant matter and animal matter, and they bring topsoil, or they bring bottom soil to the topsoil, so they constantly recycle. But so-called white man, he's killing them. He's killing them by spraying tons and tons of chemicals into the ground. Now the earth is fighting back. That's why he has to artificially manipulate different genes and plants to produce fruit, to the point he wants to just produce it in a lab without soil, without water. You know, this dude's, you got to watch out for this guy, man. That's why the Most High, he's going to bring this guy out of power. Okay. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. So the word, the languish means to, let's just look it up. It's amal. It means to be weak, to droop, to languish, to be exhausted, to be weak. to grow feeble. So the earth is growing feeble. It's being exhausted. Why? It's because the natural resources are being sucked out of it, okay, and not replenished. Okay, like Esau, he's taking natural gases out of the earth, fracking. Okay, and during the time of him fracking, what does he do? He destroys the community around it. All right, there's many documentaries that's on it, where out here just in the United States, there'll be a booming town of oil, and then when he sucks the oil dry, what happens? The water table is poisoned. People start catching all these weird diseases and cancer. Okay, everything gets sucked dry. Okay, so that's what this man does. He's a cancer. Okay, the earth is also defiled under the inhabitants thereof. Okay, because the Edomites, they have no care about life itself. Okay, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinances, broken the everlasting covenant. There's a certain way that you're supposed to rule the planet Earth. That's why people are in mourning. That's why the earth is in mourning. That's why the earth is passing away. Okay, that's why people talk about we need to be more environmentally friendly. We need to be more environmentally conscious. Well, how do you do that? You have to take the man that's destroying the earth, okay, out of rulership. That's how you're environmentally conscious. Okay, you determine what the problem is, and then you exterminate it. Okay, which the problem is the so-called white man, which he is going to be exterminated, and that's out of the scriptures. But look why he has to be exterminated. When you really dive deep into the so-called white man intervention in the planet Earth, you will actually have to say that this man has to be destroyed. From the amount of people that he has killed, okay, to the amount of life that he has killed, he doesn't bring anything to the planet Earth, okay, in righteousness, okay. Everything that he brings to the earth, there's a wicked vibration attached to it. Okay, let's go back to this article. So insects around the world are in a crisis, according to a small but growing number of long-term studies showing dramatic declines in invertebrate populations. A new report suggests that the problem is more widespread than scientists realize. Okay, which these scientists are none but dummies. Okay, huge numbers of bugs have been lost in a pristine national forest in Puerto Rico, the study found, and the forest insect-eating animals have gone missing too. So not only when you destroy insects, okay, you destroy the forest-eating insects, okay, and then from there you destroy the insect or the animals that eat the forest-eating insects. So you're destroying every goddamn thing. Okay. In 2014, an international team of biologists estimated that in the past 35 years, just in the past 35 years, mind you, the abundance of invertebrates such as beetles and bees have decreased by 45%. So over half, okay, just in the last 35 years, over half, in places where long-term insect data is available. Mainly in Europe, insect numbers are plummeting. A study last year showed a 76% decrease in flying insects in the past few decades in German nature preserves. So throughout all the world, it's primarily wherever the white race is at. Okay, because what do? They level out a land. They don't give a goddamn what's on that land. All right, if they want it, they're gonna take it. Okay, so they level out the land, they destroy the trees, destroy the wildlife, killing animals that's there, or lock them up in cages. Spray the land with pesticides, put concrete, put high-rise buildings, okay, autonomous cars, cell phone towers. Oh, and then there's a study. You know, let me see. 5G killing. Yeah, there's an article that I was reading the other day on how this 5G that's rolling out are killing. They were killing thousands of birds, hundreds of birds when they were doing these testing, which I'm not going to go into, but if brothers want to go into Lord's Will, I wanted to do a video on it. But this just goes to show you, okay, so this 5G that's rolling out, this this radio frequency, okay, it's killing animal life also. Okay, so everything that the so-called white man brings, oh, he bringing 5G, faster internet speeds. I can like this Instagram big booty quicker. I can make a selfie. I can take a selfie and get it to the internet quicker, which the whole time is destroying you and the life around it. Okay. Let me go back. The latest report published on Monday in the Proceedings of National Academy of Science showed that this startling loss of insect abundance extends to the Americas. The study author implicates climate change in the loss of tropical invertebrates. Okay, let me come down here. This says the study authors also track anole lizards, which eat arthropods in the rainforest. They compare these numbers with accounts from 1970s. Anole biomass dropped by more than 30%. Some anole species have altogether disappeared from the interior rainforest. So you have different lizards that just all together, they're gone. They're not there anymore. Why? Before the so-called white man, his intervention and throughout the whole planet Earth, all these animals were living fine. They were living cool. Insect-eating frogs and birds plummeted too. Another research team used mist nets to capture birds in 1990 and again in 2005. Captures fell by 50%. So between 1990 and 2005, which is 15 years, this nigga destroyed 50% of the population of birds. Birds and frogs, man. This guy has to go. He has to go. The evidence is here. And it's not the whole world is doing it, which you other nations, you're going to be judged also because you're following the lead of the so-called white man. Okay? So you are going to be judged because of this, because you want to follow after the so-called white man and destroy your animals. But now these other nations, they want to have more protective programs to protect their rainforest, but to protect American intervention. Okay, protect animals, put them on endangered species list. Why the hell would you have to have an endangered species list? Because you're the devil. Mr. Garcia and Mr. Lister analyzed the data with an eye on the insectivorous. The ruddy quail dove, which eats fruit and seeds, had no population change. A brilliant green bird called the Puerto Rican toady, which eats bugs, almost exclusively diminished by 90%. See, so not only are you killing insects, but you're killing other animals, other mammals, okay, arthropods and different types of species. Okay, this is under the hand of the so-called white man, which the Messiah is going to destroy you. Okay, this is Habakkuk 2 and 5, or I started 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him. See, so when he looks at the earth, when he looks at Mother Nature, so to speak, or the Heavenly Father's creation, all right. Furthermore, it's against him. Okay, the earth is against him. He doesn't look at it as, okay, I need to make sure the earth is being taken care of. He just wants to destroy it and make money off of it. But the just shall live by his faith. Verse 5, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. So this man is everywhere. And you can see the intervention of the so-called white man or the white race everywhere you go. Okay, who enlarges his desire as hell and is as death. So wherever he goes, wherever he steps his red ass, okay, whether he goes into the sky, goes into space, he wants to shoot missiles at the moon. Why? Why would you do that? He wants to shoot nuclear missiles at the moon. This dude's the devil. Can't you see? It should be very clear. So everywhere he sets his red ass, he's as death. Okay, He's a cancer and cannot be satisfied. So this man can't be satisfied. So he's unsatiable, but gather unto him all nations and keep unto him all people. See, shall not all these take a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long unto him that ladeth himself with thick clay? And these parables are being taken up against them. All right. And by, brothers as myself, the men of Great Millstone are making videos such as this. These are, we're taking up parables against the so-called white man. Okay. Because undoubtedly, okay, unequivocally, okay, all right, the so-called white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. And the devil just means a transgressor, or I'm sorry, a deceiver. Okay. He's here to deceive you and to destroy. The scripture says that the thief cometh not but to kill, steal, and destroy. And this is ultimately what the so-called white man has done. And you can't say that, oh, I'm just making this up because I feel because I need a better paying job. No, okay. This is just evidence on the books. Okay. And the beautiful thing about it is everything has been written down. So since the white man came over here, during his conquest to conquer the world hundreds of years ago, he has done what? He has destroyed the earth. And now that he has this technology has puffed him up. Okay, this technology has puffed him up. But in order for him to create this technology, all right, he had to do what? He had to destroy the earth because there's byproducts when you create these electronic devices. And he's just an irresponsible kid. He don't give a goddamn. Okay, this is the type of man we're dealing with. And the Most High is going to, ultimately, the Most High is going to destroy you, Esau. And these scientists know what's going on, which they try to sugarcoat a lot of these articles when you read these articles. But nobody can put one and one together, or two and two together, okay? Save the prophets of Yahweh Shema Shai. All right, because there's an end game to this, and the end game is the so-called white man being destroyed, okay, and the earth going back into a pristine state. Revelation 11:18, and the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come, and the time of the dead that they should be judged, and that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants the prophets, and to the saints, and to them that fear thy name. So there's going to come a time, the apocalypse, where America is going to be destroyed, and the whole heaven is going to be turned upside down. The powers of heaven are going to be turned upside down. There's going to be a new rulership, and the only ones that are going to get a reward are the prophets, the saints, and those that fear the name, the elect. And it says, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth. Okay, and how's the earth being destroyed? By pesticides, by these different inventions that are being created, by cell phones, computers, okay, byproducts of making batteries, or dropping bombs on people, creating nuclear missiles, okay, all type of bullshit, pesticides, chemtrails, fluoride in the water. All right, it's so much. I mean, it's so much things that are going on that Esau is doing to destroy the earth that we don't even know them all. Okay, he does a lot of these things in secret. All right, but it's going to come a time where we're in a time where he's being exposed. Okay, we're in a time where he's being exposed for the devil that he is, and he can't get past it. All Edomites can do when they watch videos such as this, which is nothing but an expose on their rulership, all they can do is either say some stupid, silly, gay, or just not comment at all, or just thumbs it down. There's nothing else you can do because these are the facts. Okay, it's Isaiah 14:5. Oh, let me go to 4. Isaiah 14:4. Thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, how has the oppressor ceased, the golden city ceased? Because you will think on the outside that this is a golden city, this is great city where you can come and make all type of money, and this is nothing but an oppressive city. Okay, the oppressor, the so-called white man, he oppresses everything, anybody and everything. All right, if he don't even know you exist, he gonna oppress you. He'll just oppress you just to do it, because this is the type of man that he is. He doesn't feel right if he's not oppressing somebody. The Lord has broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of the ruler. So it's going to come a point in time where the ruler and the scepter is totally going to be broken from the hegemony of the so-called white man. Okay, this beast system, the NATO and the EU, or you have the elite banking families, which everything ties right back into them. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He who ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. See, the so-called white man, he ruled the nations in anger. Like, damn, bro, why are you so mad? All right, this dude's mad. Esau's mad. He wants to destroy the earth. Okay, get that to your head. The whole earth is at rest, and it's quiet. They break forth into singing. So when this man gets pulled out of power, that's when the earth is going to go back into its original state. Okay, even better. Not by setting up different programs, okay, where we need to reduce carbon emissions. Man, that's bullshit. There's so much pollution in the air. There's so much pollution in the soil, in the seas. You have tons of plastic in the seas. All right, the only way to clean up this this mess that the so-called white man has made, because he's made a big ass kid's mess, is to what? To pull him out of power. Okay, that's the way to clean up the earth. That's the way to be environmentally conscious, is to consciously take the so-called white man out of power, which we're physically not going to do that. The Most High, Yahweh Shemashai, he's going to yank the so-called white man out of power. And how is he going to do that? Well, he's breaking them down right now. He's plaguing this place. And these insects dying, that on your watch, that's a derogatory mark, okay, on your stewardship, Esau. Okay. It says, yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, since thou art laid down, no feller is come up against us. And they're actually going to say that, because Esau even goes into it that the trees and plants, they have a communication system. All right, they speak on a different frequency. So even these trees and the animals, they're going to be communicating. They're going to be rejoicing. Okay, why? It's because where it says no feller, that right there. Let's just look it up. I know what it is, but just for karath. Okay, to cut down. Okay, to eliminate, to kill. So nobody that comes to want to eliminate and kill us. Okay, who does that, man? The so-called white man, the devil. All right, the damn devil. He does that. He goes around, he kills everything. We just read the scripture, okay, where he's as deaf and can't be satisfied. Okay, so pretty much somebody who goes around, cuts down trees, that kills things. Okay. Yeah, this is hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones of the earth. It raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nation. And this is why all the nations are now bucking up against the American power structure. Okay, moving away from the petrodollar, moving away from this Edomite American westernized philosophy. Why? Because that same philosophy that they have drink, okay, is destroying them. Okay, let me bring that out. Is it Isaiah? Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. So the earth is all messed up through their way of living, living like an Edomite, destroying things, not caring for your environment, just being greedy, ugly. The nations have drunken of her wine, therefore the nations are mad. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so be, she may be healed. There's no possible way that so-called white man can be in power and turn. I'm gonna turn away from my sins. I'm gonna start cleaning up the earth. Man, you out of your damn mind? Okay. The Most High, he has to yank the so-called white man out of power. This is Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, which this day went by hella quick. It's 4:48 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I felt like I just woke up. Why? Is because the days are moving a lot faster now because the Most High, he has to destroy this man. Why? Is because this scripture here. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect sake, those days shall be shortened. So look, the elect, they're going to be saved. Okay. We read it in Revelation, the 11th chapter, how it says that, let me read it again, Revelation 11, and I'm going to just jump right into the point. It says, and that thou shouldest give us reward unto thy servants, the prophets. So we're going to get a reward. Okay. The prophets, the saints, and to the saints, and them that fear thy name, small and great, and destroys, and shouldest destroys them which destroy the earth. So simultaneously as the elect are being beamed up, as the elect are being saved, okay, from this current destruction that's going to take place in the planet Earth, the wicked of the earth, the so-called white man, and you other nations, you're going to be destroyed. Okay, so the Most High, he's doing all these things for the elect's sake. He's going to destroy this place, and I mean that's messed up, man. Brothers like life, man. We love Yahweh Basham Shai's creation, and we see that the so-called white man, he doesn't give a goddamn. He'll destroy anything and everything. All right, so that same energy that he pushes out is going to return upon his head. So, brothers, we have hope. The devil's about to get pulled out of power. Hey, and we in a kingdom under Yahweh Shai, we're not having to worry about articles. Okay, articles saying the insect apocalypse is here. Okay, so with that, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to you, fellow Akim out there pushing out this word, true sincerity. Shalom to the elect, and death to the wicked so-called white man, so-called white race, okay, and his minions. Shalom.